Number one is the diet. If you don't have your diet in check, regardless of how good your workout is, how hard you work in the gym, if your diet isn't up to scratch, then you're not going to make the progress that you want to make, basically. I started off by downloading a calorie counter. MyFitnessPal I use. Absolutely fantastic app. You can get it on Android or iPhone, and also on your PC. It's a great app. It tracks all your macronutrients. It tracks obviously all your calories, and it just makes sure that you're getting the right amount of macronutrients in every day. And it's a great way of, I carb cycle on days that I don't train, etc. And it's a great way of doing that because you know exactly how many carbs you're getting in, exactly how much protein, exactly how much fat. So that's the first thing I did, was download a calorie counter. Obviously, if you're counting calories, you need to know how many calories you're taking in. I actually started out in January. I know this is a 3-month transformation, but I actually started out in January, just dieting basically. Wasn't concentrating on my protein, wasn't concentrating on my my workouts really. I was just trying to lose as much weight as possible to kind of have a fresh start. I literally went from 190 pounds to like 172 pounds in the space of like 3 months, and I felt like I was dying. I looked like I was dying. As you can see in that picture, that was taken around the 24th of March 2013, and it was just it was far too extreme. I'll never do it again. I lost a lot of muscle, and as you can see in the picture, I've looked very weak, scrawny, like a rake basically. So basically, that's what happened originally. Next, the second thing I did was, obviously you've got to find out how many calories you're taking in. I found a calorie counter, and then obviously I found the calorie calculator to see how many calories I'm taking in for my size, my weight, etc, etc. Freedieting.com, you've probably been on it. It's absolutely fantastic. Calorie calculator. I'll put the link in the description again. Definitely put all your details in there and find out. It's not obviously down to a T. You've got to have a bit of fluctuate. You will have some fluctuation. You do need to like check your weight each week to see whether you're going up or down. But yeah, fantastic calculator. Also, I adjusted since March 24th, when I started this transformation, I adjusted my macronutrients. I basically went from, I'd say about 40-40-20, so 40 protein, 40 carbs, 20 fat. I went to what did I go to? 50 protein, 25 fat and 25 carbs. That's percent, by the way, not grams. That has made an absolute massive difference. Obviously I must be quite sensitive to carbohydrates, because even though I've got bigger, I've also got leaner, and I have been training, by the way, for, well, I'm now 24, and I've been training since I was 19, 20, so I have been training for 4 years with no real gains because I never really watched my calories. I just thought I could eat what the hell I wanted. I've also tried loads of fads, as everybody has done. I've tried intermittent fasting, which made me binge eat all the time, and even when I tried to stop I couldn't. I've tried carb cycling, even though I am still kind of doing that, but not to the extreme. I've tried the low carbohydrate paleo diet. I've tried eating every 3 hours. I've tried them all. Basically, what I will say is it's calories in versus calories out. Simple as. Doesn't matter if you eat all your calories in one sitting, which I wouldn't advise, but you could do. Your body will process that to your advantage. It will, regardless of what you eat and how much you eat in one sitting. As long as you either if you're trying to lose weight, you're obviously in a calorie deficit. If you're trying to gain weight, it's obviously a calorie surplus. It's not the same for everything. Me, for example, since March 24th, 2013, I've literally only eaten 2,000 calories a day, and as you can see in the picture, I've made some serious muscle gains, and that's because my diet's been down to an absolute T. I've known exactly how much protein I'm having in it each day, exactly how much carbs, and exactly how much fat. And I've cycled it. I haven't eaten exactly 2,000 calories every day. Some days I eat 3,000, some days I eat 1,500. You know, and I keep the body guessing, keep the metabolism up, and keep making sure that I'm pumping my muscles with protein after I've worn them down. And finally, the types of food that I eat. I wouldn't really say I eat a lot of sweet potato. I've noticed that after changing from a baked potato to a sweet potato has been an absolute revelation for me. Tastes just as good, and I haven't had a cold in 6 months, you know, and I've been eating sweet potatoes for 6 months, and it's like eating an apple. It's like eating 2 apples. The amount of vitamins and minerals that are in a sweet potato compared to a baked potato are second to none. I've eaten a lot of lean meats. But I've also eaten a lot of crap. I've eaten, you know, pizzas and things like that when I want to, though. Not, you know, I don't eat them every day. Maybe once every 2 weeks, something like that. I've had some beer, etc., etc., and I still change the way I look. Like I said, your body will utilise whatever you give it to your advantage. So if you do eat crap, yes, you're not going to see the gains as quickly, but you will see some gains. The next step that I took was I had a really strong look at my workout. I basically realised that I wasn't working out with the right intensity. I've been watching people like Greg Plitt, and all the bodybuilders on there, Jeff Side, all them, and basically they work out with an absolute crazy intensity. They're sweating, they're really pushing themselves, and that's it. I realised that my intensity wasn't enough. It wasn't good enough. I mean, I do believe that I have reasonably good genetics, but I wasn't utilising those genetics at all. I was just going into the gym doing, you know, a sissy workout, not really pushing myself with any intensity. And then all of a sudden I changed the intensity and my body went whoa, and it's made that transformation in 3 months. I'm really looking forward to see what I can do in the next year. But yeah, the main thing was I changed my intensity. The second thing was I looked at my workouts. I'd done the same workout for 2 years and, you know, not really wrote down how much strength gains I was making, etc., etc. Now I go into the gym every day. Well, not every day. I do a 2-day split, but I just look at change. I keep the compound movements there. So say for example it's a chest day. I usually do chest on its own because I feel that chest is one of my weaker points and I need to just increase that a little bit. But at chest day, for example, keep the compound movements there. So a compound movement, I think you will all know, a compound movement is, say, a bench press, incline bench press, decline bench press, barbell, dumbbell press, whatever incline. Keep one of them in there, or 2. So for example, at the moment I'm trying to increase my upper chest here, so I'm doing a lot of incline bench press and incline dumbbell press, just to try to get the mass of the upper chest. So always keep the compound movements there, so you can always write. But then I mix up the isolation movements, but they're like the flies, the cable pulls, the pullovers, etc., etc. You mix them up and it keeps your body guessing. You don't know. You've got to go into the gym every day, and it's like, oh, what the hell am I going to do today? I have no idea. And that's the best thing. That's when it grows, and that's when it has to adjust, and that's the growth. I also treat my workout like my last ever workout. I know it sounds ridiculous, but going to that gym and be like, look, this might be the last time I ever come into the gym. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Really treat that workout as if you're not going to be there tomorrow. If you work out with that intensity every time, you will see gains, and you can't go wrong. Literally, you physically can't go wrong as long as you keep it. As long as you've got good form, good technique, and you're lifting heavy. You're not going to go wrong as long as you're putting that intensity in and really failing the muscle. Also, if you're not sweating, your workout hasn't started yet, because you need to be sweating. Regardless if you don't sweat off, you need to be sweating. You need to be as if you've just come out of a boxing ring with Mike Tyson. That's how you should be, or whatever. And yeah, so that's it for the second stage. The third aspect of what changed from my transformation was my sleep. I made sure that I was getting minimum 7 hours, usually between 8 and 9. Sleep is, that's where you grow. You don't grow in the gym. Sleep is where you grow, usually, well, all the time basically. Make sure you get your sleep in. If you've got, like, I'm a student, so I usually do have quite a lot of free time. If you can take a nap, even better. But just make sure you're not taking a nap too close to when you go into sleep, because then you won't sleep, and then you're not getting the right amount of sleep. But make sure you get 7 to 8 hours sleep. You get that in check, you'll start seeing gains straight away. Finally, cardio. I wouldn't say I've ever neglected cardio, but I've never done them with my weights. I've always been worried about losing my gains. Now, one thing I will advise from what I definitely think has changed the way that my body has transformed is don't do your cardio anywhere near your workout at all. People say do it, fat burns, etc, etc, but if you're going into the gym and you're destroying that muscle, so let's, for example, say we've just done back and buys and we've just destroyed our buys and destroyed our back, why would we then want to go and use up even more energy, which is going to then, because like I just said, you don't grow in the gym, you grow out of the gym. So why do you want to use that energy, which could be used for the growth in the muscle, to then use it for the cardio? I just don't think it makes any sense at all. I do cardio. I do it 3 or 4 times a week, but I either do it first thing in the morning, it doesn't have to be on an empty stomach, doesn't matter, or late at night. That's when I do it. Whenever it's either it's apart from it's good 6 hours apart from my my workout, so that I'm not using the energy that I could use for muscle building and my workout. I'm using it for cardio. Cardio is fantastic. It gets the blood pumping. It sends all the blood to the muscles, and it repairs muscles, and it's fantastic for your cardiovascular system, and it increases your lung capacity, which then means you can work at a better and more higher intensity when you're working out. So it's a brilliant aspect to notch on your belt, definitely to have. But just don't do it anywhere near your workout, because yeah, people might say, oh, it's great for fat loss, but if you can spare an hour in the gym to do a workout and then half an hour, 90 minutes, but spread it out, then that's fantastic. That you will definitely see some transformation, and that's where I've seen that I've got obviously built muscle, because as you can see in the pictures, there's only 3 months there, and I've built some muscle, but I've also lost weight. So, and that's in a calorie deficit. I'm only eating 2,000 calories, but I'm 182 pounds, and I'm probably eating 210 grams of protein a day, and that has been the main thing. Remember, protein is great, obviously, for muscle building, but its thermogenic effects are higher than fat and protein. Basically, that means you eat, say for example, something which is fatty, like some nuts. And you eat 200 calories of nuts, and then you go and eat 200 calories of lean chicken, your body's metabolism speeds up more for the protein than it does for the nuts, which basically means you burn it. So you eat that 200 calories and you burn it quicker, and you burn off those calories. Yep, so that's the end of the video. Please subscribe or like this video, both please, that'd be fantastic. There will be more of these kind of videos coming up, and there'll also be workout videos. Obviously every workout video is going to be different, because like I said, I changed the workouts, so it'd be good to see what I do, and you can write them down. There'll be a description of what I've been doing, and there'll be a voiceover, etc. So yeah, please subscribe, and please like this channel. Thanks very much. See you later, guys.